Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Not feeling it today. I've been nursing a cold for like a week now. Well, maybe not a week. It's been since 6 days, a week, whatever. I figured I'd do like a little update video and show you one thing. I've got the wood over here that's like prepped and planed and ready to go for that Coleman lantern box project we're working on, but I haven't had time or energy to do it. We also had the camp out this past weekend for that push car that we worked on. That went well. I recorded an earlier shot of the results from it. So here that is. So update from previous video, we did the push cart thing. I went for the camp trip. During that camp trip, or actually like the day before the camp trip started, I got a horrible head cold, but still went and toughed it out anyway. I've just been ridiculously sick, sinus pressure. There may not even be a second video from that during that week. I don't know if I'm gonna get it out in time or not because I'm just horrible. But we went to the race, went to the camp out, and we got third place by 3/10 of a second. 3/10 of a second between first, second, and third place, or between first and third place. First and second was 1,000th of a second difference. So, I mean, those guys were really pushing hard. I have a video on my cell phone. I'll try to insert it here.
Go, 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 go! Good run!
Go 245!
Good run! Good, go! Go, go! Come on!
Woo! Good run!
If that came through or not, but it was just a grainy cell phone video, so sorry if the quality is shaky and bad. But that's it. Update. Third place. Victors. Go the spoils, I guess. So I brought the trophy home because I had pulled the trailer. And then tonight we're going for a court of honors where my son's gonna advance to the next rank because he's met all the achievements and things that you need to do to get there. And that trophy is going to go in the trophy case. So I know I'm sick and I probably sound congested and horrible, but I wanted to get that. I wanted to kind of record this while I still had it, and then back to the other video. So yeah, we did great. Third place, and first, second, and third were so close to each other that we're pretty sure we won, but there was some the timing system was a little questionable. But it's a scout event, so it's it's for the fun of it. So, but anyway, we got third. We got a big trophy. We put it in the trophy case at our hall Monday night. So we did that, and then I've just been just trying to work and catch up from the weekend of not being able to do much. So anyway, I was at Harbor Freight the other day and got a bunch of stuff, one of which is these new wood chisels that I paid $9 for. Ooh, that probably was loud. I paid $9 for these, which, I mean, it gives you 6 chisels, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2. You know, the larger ones inch up, you don't use that much. But you're mainly using the first 3, small ones, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, or usually, and maybe 3/4 inch occasionally. But I wanted to kind of give these a test for $9. This could be a good set for like entry level. I want to get into some woodworking and do a little bit of stuff, or even just have like a rough utility chisel. But I'm not going to do a video on those today. I just started talking about them. Because I want to go really in depth with those. I want to sharpen them and show how much work it takes to get them flat and to get them to a serviceable edge, because I doubt they are right now out of the package. And we'll try to see what we can do to make them even better so that they're a good functioning chisel for you for a really cheap price. So this is like an update. This video is going to be all over the place, but another thing I picked up was this magnesium fire starter for $4. You could get these like anywhere. I'm sure you could get them cheaper than $4, maybe on Amazon or something. But I picked one of these up because I've seen these in a lot of places, but I don't know that a lot of people know how to use them right. They're not really, if I'm watching like EDC videos and things like that, they don't really, I don't ever really see these in their kit. They usually have a big ferro rod or something, or even a flint and steel and things like that to like be old school traditional. But there's nothing really wrong with these. These are a good little fire starter, and they last a lot longer than something like these fire plugs, you know, where you get like one of these fire plugs and you open it up to kind of show you like these little things here. They're just like like cotton, like almost like a hard cotton ball type material that's like really impregnated with like a wax, like a paraffin wax, and you basically rip them and you get them fluffy, you know, and then you can put a spark to them and they should ignite and start a fire, right? But with these, this is magnesium on like a brick or like a block of magnesium, and then they give you a tiny little striker on the back, and then a little ferro rod to ignite that magnesium. That magnesium will burn. It burns hot and it kind of flashes up and burns for a little bit, and that should be enough to get your tinder going, you know. So I wouldn't discount these as a viable fire starter. They're not very heavy. And you can get way more fires out of something like this than, you know, having a bunch of these. So, you know, so I don't know. This is still a good option, but I wouldn't discount these either. You know, a lot of these fire plugs now are like waterproof and things, but this is definitely waterproof. This is, you know, can take a lot of abuse. So, you know, it would be worth it, especially if you're on a budget. And you don't want to pay for big, you know, more expensive high-end fire starters and things. This is definitely a good budget option for you to have. Or even if you're just starting out on trying to like learn how to start a fire without a lighter or something like that. So let's open this up. I'll kind of talk about it a little bit more, and we'll see how to actually use it. Okay, so this is the fire starter they give you. So it's a magnesium fire starter. It includes a flint, striker knife, and enough magnesium fuel for dozens of campfires, right? So basically what they're telling you to do here is collect tinder, which is twigs, paper, dry grass. It's basically your tinder pile, right? And wood nearby. So have your fire stuff ready to go. And then shave the magnesium with the serrated edge of the attached blade onto the surface to be ignited. So basically, they give you a little striker plate in here. One side is like kind of rough, serrated. It almost looks like a little bit of a hacksaw blade. And that's to kind of shave the magnesium part, which is this actual gray metallic, you know, block. Shave that down into little shavings, kind of put them all together, and then add your tinder around it, or add those shavings inside of your tinder bundle. And then use the ferro rod to you know, put spark to it, and that lights it. So instead of a tinder pile today, we're going to use this. We're going to use this cup or this bowl here. So let's open it up, and I'll show you how to use it, or what to expect when using it. So this is a magnesium block. They make a lot better versions of these. They make larger versions of these. You can even buy the magnesium already like pre-flaked, I guess, so to speak. anyway, you can get it pre-flaked. But you know, a lot of times you see them come in these little tiny cheap little bars. They're not very expensive. Like I said, this is the block of magnesium, and then this is the striker little ferro rod. You'll have to scrape some of this paint off of it before it actually takes a spark. And then they give you this little, I call it, I'm pretty sure these are just hacksaw blades. Maybe not as sharp or something. Maybe they dull them up a little bit, but essentially it's the same kind of concept. It's the same hole on this side, and it looks like the same teeth just cut down. So I'm not sure if that's how they make these or what, but anyway, this is the part, the serrated part that's used to kind of scrape off the magnesium, and then you use this kind of square side to strike it. These are not the most ideal to strike these, but they will work. A lot of times if you have a real hard square 90-degree edge of the back of your knife, that will work a lot better. Don't use the blade of your knife because that's just going to mess up your edge. But anyway, so they give you that little chain to hold it together. I don't think the intention is to use it on that chain because like they give you zero room here to work with. So I always take it off, and if you want to keep the chain to store it, or if you do want to have them tethered together, what I would do is tie a piece of paracord with a lot longer rope on it so that you can actually move and do stuff. So to kind of start, basically we're just gonna, so we've got our magnesium kind of pulled off the edge here, and we got a little pile kind of in a row. So now we're going to use the same serrated side here and strike the ferro rod. I've already rubbed off all the paint off of it so that we can get a good spark. And there it goes. So that little bit there, it does burn for a little while. Usually it burns, it flares up a little bit more than that. So that was I wonder if this bowl is affecting it at all, because it is magnetic, obviously. Let's try a new bowl. Let's try something else. You know what? Let's just do it on the bench. Not burn our garage down, but... All right, so we've got a little pile of magnesium kind of shaved off the block here, and we've got our striker blade. We're going to use the serrated side with the paint already scraped off, and just scrape against it and get sparks to go down the pile. And there you go. So that's kind of how fast it goes. You know, if you want a longer pile, oh man, yeah, should have thought about this before I let that in here. But it's not a clean kind of burn. It, you know, like I said, it definitely, you can see, throws off all kinds of, you know, ash in the air and stuff. But it does burn. So if you need a longer burn, get a bigger pile, you've got this whole block to shave off, you know, so you could shave off quite a significant amount. But if you have super dry tinder, if you have that, you know, that real dry, rough, fluffy grass or something, or you know, good dry tinder, that would have been enough to kind of get that going, hopefully, you know, and then you can go. So it all depends on the amount that you need. In this case, I didn't want to have a ton because I don't want to light my garage on fire, but that shows that, you know, this is definitely a viable fire starter. So is it better than something like, you know, these fire plugs here? No. So here, I'll show you that example, you know, of the one that we broke out earlier, right? So if we take that one and we just kind of fluff it up a little bit, for this I am going to use that bowl though, because I don't want to set my garage on fire. So just take it and kind of twist it. Usually all I'll do is just rip it in half and put a lighter to it. But if you're going with this kind of, you know, throwing sparks idea, basically fluff a bunch up like that, and then you can put the remaining stuff there, and then you just take your sparker to it again, you know. Like that. And then you'll see this is burning now, right? So this will burn for quite a long time. Like you can already tell the difference between, you know, these shavings and this plug. So it all depends on what you're using for, you know. To start a campfire with some possibly larger, you know, where your tinder pile is not the most ideal, something like these fire plugs here might be a lot better option. Like I said earlier, these are waterproof now. These will burn for, you know, 5 minutes sometimes. So this is definitely a better option in conjunction with a couple of these. You know, throw these in a bag or something. They don't weigh anything, and they can last quite a while to get a fire going for you. Let's see, can I snuff this out? I don't want that to burn all day. But if, like I said, we're on a budget, right? These here, I think these cost roughly, I don't remember, maybe $20 for this pack, maybe less. I'll put it on the screen. But this is definitely cheaper, $4. And if this is an option, the only option you have, you know, maybe financially, this, you know, is all you can afford, it's something, you know, it's something to use. Even if you just use the striker side of it, you know, this is a fairly cheap ferro rod, and it does give you some kind of, you know, a source of ignition to take that spark a little bit easier if you can't find that fluffy kind of tinder to take a spark, right? So it takes a little bit longer than those plugs. There are a lot of other fire starters out there, but, you know, if you put some time into it and get a decent little pile of shavings here, this could work out very well. All right, so that's it for today. Quick, easy video. But like I said, I was going through Harbor Freight, came across this. Like I said, I'm sure you can find these cheaper, but I mean, for $4, it's already pretty cheap. You know, sometimes even just go into like events and things, you know, they give these things away for free. So anyway, yeah, you know, probably am I going, if I'm going out into the wild and I need to start a fire, am I going to grab this block? No, I'm not. But it weighs absolutely nothing. You know, you get the little striker with it that it kind of works, you know, and it gives you something. So would I put this in my everyday fire kit? No. What I'm going to do with something like this is throw it in the glove box in my truck, or throw it in just a little day pack, you know, or whatever. Just something, just chuck it somewhere where if I get into a situation and for some reason I don't have my fire kit with me or something, I need to start a fire, and I'm like, for some reason I'm in a bad spot and I don't have any of my gear bags or anything near me where I need to get out, and I'm just rummaging through, a vehicle, maybe not my truck, but if I take my wife's van or something, throw this in there and I need to get a fire going for some reason, this could help. This could save save the day. So I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there who's like, I use these to start every fire I've ever started in my life, and if you have, good on you. That's awesome. But not me. These do work. I showed you they work, but they're just not my fire starter of choice. But like I said, on a budget, $4, not bad. So on that note, I think I'm gonna do a video on these. So they do have a million different versions of these. These are by Blackbeard fire plugs, but because I bought them recently because I keep a little like Altoids tin full of these in my fire kit, and I use these most of the time as my like primary stuff. I used to use this product called Hot Snot, which was like a big tube of like this green goo stuff. I think BattleBox makes it, but the last few times I went to their site to buy it, they were either sold out or they didn't have any, so maybe they sent it out in a recent box or something and they were just sold out on it. But that I really like that stuff. But this stuff, these work really well too. So these work really well too. But these are like waterproof and everything. So maybe I'll go in another video and a little more in depth on these and kind of show you how these work a little bit better. Oh, I'm still feeling rough, man. And I got all kind of magnesium ash in my coffee. Gross. Magnesium. Good for you. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm sorry if this video was just all over the place. I'm just not feeling it, man. I got to get my head back in shape. I'm feeling much better than I was. Over the camp out weekend, I was horrible, man. Like my whole head was like just squeezed in a vice, and like all this just nasal congestion and pressure, sinus pressure. It was bad. But whatever, toughed it out because it is what it is. But got through that, and then came home and I was like just trying to I've been trying to recoup and stuff, and I'm definitely on the up, but it's taken its time to get out of me. And I'm one of those guys that refuses to go to the doctor for anything, so it'll work itself out, or an ambulance will take me to the hospital, one of the two. I'm fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're still here, bless you. This video is gonna be all over the place. So other cool business. I went away camping on the weekend, right? And I've always looked at my little dashboard and stuff to see if there's comments and things. I always try to reply or read all my comments on videos. And I reply to them, pretty much all of them. So I read that before I left and went through my comments and stuff, and I noticed at the time I had 187 subscribers or something like that. And then went away camping, and I came back, and as of this morning, I'm at 206. So we passed a huge milestone. We passed the 200 milestone. And that's really cool to me, that's a big thing to me. So I don't know what, because I'm sick right now and I can't think, but when I feel better, maybe we'll do it for 250. Maybe 250 is a better milestone, but 200 is something to me. So I I'm going to think of some kind of cool video to do to kind of celebrate 200 or possibly 250 if we get there subscribers, because I think that's really cool. So if you are new to the channel and you're recently come, welcome. I appreciate every one of you. I've said that in previous videos, but maybe you haven't seen those because you're new here. But I do appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you like this type of content, segue, subscribe down below. Give me a thumbs up on this video, comment. It'll make me feel a lot better. It will. I'll see you on the next one.